This has been a challenging and somewhat somber week for America and Americans as a tragedy unfolded before our eyes. We lost a great young man, Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, a husband and a father of two at only 31 years of age. No human being should ever be taken from us the way Charlie was. And here at Follow the Bradley's Fun, we wish to honor Charlie's life and his family. We mourn with those who mourn, and we hope to comfort those who stand in need of comfort. And with that, we give you our memoriam of Mr. Charlie Kirk.
Here's the thing. This is a pop culture and entertainment show. We cover, obviously, theme parks, pop culture, movies, fun stuff, all the news that should be fun. But this is such big and breaking news that we don't want to skip it or pretend like we don't know that it happened, because it's big, and we do know that it happened. And I'm going to give everybody kind of a chance to weigh in a little bit, not so much on the political side of this thing, but more on just the human side of this. And I want to share something. I want to share this out of X from our good friend Jonas J. Campbell. We're going to put this on the screen. Jonas says, God is good. And what he was, that is reposting this post from Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk says, Jesus defeated death so that you can live. That is, and then Jonas is responding, God is good. And, I think there's a certain hope that the Christians have that helps us deal with the passing of loved ones. And as challenging as it always will be to lose somebody that we love, we have ways of dealing with the passing of a loved one that give us a great deal of hope, and we honor their passing and we honor their life. And that's kind of what we're doing here today. And what I want to say about the passing of Charlie Kirk, it was more than unfortunate. There's a lot of words and a lot of thoughts that I have that I'm not going to share on this stream, to be fair. Just to, let you all know, I have thoughts. I definitely have thoughts. I definitely have feelings. I want to share this. I want to share some things a little bit about Charlie Kirk and his life. So we're going to put this on the screen. The gentleman that you see in this picture, whether you're familiar with him or not, this gentleman, his life was taken from him today, which means that a wife lost her husband and two glorious daughters lost their dad. And basically, I want to honor them by that we say prayers for this family. We say prayers for the loss of their loved one. We say prayers for everybody that was a friend of him. My loss is that I really hoped that someday I would meet him and get to shake his hand and congratulate him for the work that he's done. And that's what was taken away from me. That at least in this life, this mortal existence, I won't be able to meet him and shake his hand and express my appreciation directly to him for the work that he's done. And so it kind of hurts. And I have much stronger feelings than that I'm not going to share right now, but I just want to, honor this man, his life, the work he did. He was only 31 years old. Such a young person, had his whole life ahead of him, and that was truly tragic. Tom or Erica, please feel free to weigh in and share your thoughts on this.
I feel bad for his family, his friends. The two girls are going to now grow up without a dad. They had to witness it, so I don't know. I don't even want to go there. So I'm going to stop talking on this because I will go down the rabbit hole real fast.
I understand. It's very, and I know I have watched some of my friends express their feelings. It's just not something that we do at that level on this channel. Okay, Erica, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, um, lots of thoughts. I We lost somebody young who was, leading the young and in a positive way to critical thinking, which is much needed in today's world. Um, a family has been shattered, multiple families and friends. Um, it's shaken the world of the YouTube community and anyone in independent media. I think right now we're in shock and all the raw emotions are just permeating.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
it's
think once
somewhat
it's
unbelievable.
just
Is it not somewhat
yeah.
unbelievable? Is it like
Yeah,
when you guys first
I
heard?
didn't mhm.
Go ahead, Erica. Sorry.
And I didn't follow him closely. I actually didn't even know who he really was until the South Park thing, just seemed to, really put him more in the, I guess, front and center of media. I didn't actively follow him, but I knew he definitely was leading the pathway to, I guess you could say, discourse, for lack of better terms, and challenging young adults, college-age students, in a way that you don't typically see in universities. And he knew it was a risk, I think, but he was willing to take that leap of faith, literally a leap of faith. And yeah, it's
It's
I really feel bad for people that knew him, and like I
yeah.
saw some other YouTubers earlier having some really raw emotions, like just crying and trying to process their raw emotions on live stream, and that I was really hard to watch them because they knew him personally, so that was hard to witness.
I agree. When I first, I can't remember whose post I saw first where I saw this, whether I can't remember whether it was X or Facebook or where it was, but I'm like, "No, that's not, it's one of those things where when you see this about a guy who's 31 years old and has his entire life ahead of him, and you're like, okay, that didn't happen. Let's figure out what's going on here. And then you dive deeper and you're like, that really happened. And then you see the actual video of what happened. You're like, oh my gosh, this is horrific. This is, it was it was an interesting thing that he was doing. It's odd, um, because basically more than anything else, what I would say that Kirk was a advocate for free speech. More than anything else,
Mhm.
more than anything else, it was he would go into the public discourse and have respectful debates with people who may have had different opinions, and that that was it. The only people that like you, if you just watch what he does, you go, okay, that's not controversial. But unfortunately, there were those in the media that chose to call him a controversial figure, chose to call him a lot of things that may have inspired this type of action against him, and that is wrong, and that needs to stop. And I hope that everybody in whatever media uh, they're in would stop doing that. Stop using slurs and name calling and uh, whatever slash phobic or whatever slashed ist or whatever slash. I mean, it's it inspires people who may not be completely hinged to do things that are very, very, very wrong. And you have to take responsibility for that. I'm trying to be careful what I say when I'm saying stuff, because that words can have an effect. I know we try to be careful as we can on this channel and on all the channels that I go on. So, and it's not always easy, because we're human, we have flaws, but I guarantee there's not a single person that I work with who says anything that they say out of a place of ire or out of a place of wanting to hurt somebody. And I think that there are those in the media that unfortunately, in fact, do that very thing. And we would hope that less and less of this type of thing ever goes on, and that this type of thing would completely stop. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do is just take a very quick moment of silence, so that you can, in your own silent way, if you're watching out there, if you're watching on the replay, whatever, we're going to take a moment of silence and just remember him, and send positive thoughts to his family and friends in this challenging time. And we will do that now.
Thank you for joining us today as we honor the life and the memory of Charlie Kirk. We continue to mourn with his family and pray for them and their loved ones, and know that the world is a better place today for having had Charlie Kirk in it. Thank you once again for joining us from Follow the Bradleys Fun.